Well, I guess I started this video off right here. I'm stuck in traffic doing next to nothing, and I'm like 2 miles from the house. Not to mention, it's raining. Yeah. So I'll have to deal with that this weekend. I think tomorrow, because today's Friday. It's Friday afternoon to 2:30. And hopefully this rain will let up by this evening. If not, tomorrow is supposed to look better. I do have stuff that I can do inside, which I need to go over to the storage, and I need to pull a bunch of stuff out of there and bring that over to the house. I can work on some type of wiring. I can set up the fittings and put them into the bags, get those ready. There's a number of things that I can do inside the mini shop to be ready to be able to put it all on the truck. Excuse me. I don't think I'm going to do the gas tank like that. I'll end up doing that at another date. Well, next weekend will be the last time. And if it comes down to that, then the canopy will be out and we'll be doing all of that crap underneath the canopy while it's raining, because shit's going to happen. So stay tuned. Wish me luck. And I think next stop will be, well, I got to pick up my daughter and then go to the mini storage and or go to the storage and find all the air ride stuff. So yeah, let's talk to you guys in a little bit. Here we are at the storage. She didn't make it. So we're gonna go ahead and let her sleep. That way we can go in here. I already grabbed a few things. Air tank. I've got box of compressors. Over here, I think I've got the airline in there. I've got some wire covers, wire loom, more hoses. Gotta go through all this stuff. Make sure I get it all on there. Deciding on whether or not to bring all these. I just don't know where the hell I'll put them. Alright, let me get this figured out so I can get the hell out of here. It's hot. I got 2 weeks and then Sparks in the Ozarks. This is kind of what I was thinking, okay? Pretend this is the truck. I've got a small air tank, a little small air tank. It's got a 1/4 inch port on either side. This 1/4 inch port goes to here. This 1/4 inch port goes to here. I've got a big fitting with a big fitting. Maybe 1/2 inch fittings like that, whatever. And then this line goes to this compressor. This line goes to this compressor. And then I've got a line that goes out here to split to go to the rear and to the front airbags. Of course, I'd have to put a ball valve here and a ball valve there so that I can open and close it somehow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all this. This is just really an idea. I've got one more idea where I just take a compressor and then I take the line that runs out of it and go straight to a connection fitting, a quick connect fitting. And then that quick connect fitting, that goes to the bags. I put a bag there, and then I've got the other bag setting here with another quick to connect fitting. Oops. Like that. And then that way I can take this and stick it to that, and then that and stick it to that, and all I'd have to do really is get a couple relays or a relay and then do all the wiring so that that can come over here to the compressor, and then wire up a toggle switch so I can turn it on and off. And that would actually work really good, because then all I have to do is take these and run them to a battery, and I'd basically have a portable compressor. Just, you know, turn it on, air up the truck as high as I need to, and then get on down the road. You know, or actually not really down the road, but just into place where I can park, and then all I'd have to do is open up the ball valves and let the air out of the front and rear bags. Do it like that. That way I have a simple setup. I've already went through all my boxes. Out of all those boxes that were in the back, I don't even need all this. I've got these two compressors, I think went to what, 160. I remember I wrote them down a while back when I tested them. That's 180 on that one. Yeah, both of these old ones are 180, which that's enough. And then this one is a 200 because it's basically brand new. Thank you, Richard. And then I've got valves, but I'm not going to mess with the valves on this. I'm going to use these little ball valves right here. And really all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a quick connect on those. Quick connect meaning these things right here for airline. I'm just going to use a couple of these, and then I'll end up using the other end of a quick connect like this right here on the tank. That way I can just plug it in, air it up. That's the plan. So I've got that figured out. Now I have another problem. I don't know where one of my bag cups is. I have to hunt for it. I've got one of the bag cups that I fixed, remember, right here, and I don't know where the other one is. I have to search either all through this. I don't know if it's here or if it's in storage. I'm gonna have to go back to storage. I might do that in the morning. I'm gonna hunt for a little bit more here. It's almost 6 o'clock. My wife gets off in an hour, so I've got an hour to hunt around in here, and then when she gets off, we go to dinner. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on the hunt. All right, last ditch. I was thinking it was over here in the back of the truck. No, there it is. There it is. Okay, what I need you to do, because I don't want you reaching back there. Open that door over there. Just reach over there and open that door, because I'll reach back there and grab it for you. There we go.
And it's got the end piece.
Well, it's also got a bag on it. Hang on. Let that come forward. Let me pull this forward so I can reach back there.
Put it in there.
Man, I was really starting to worry that we couldn't find that. But yeah, I don't know if I want to use this little bag or not. I've got those other big bags. Then I got to get those other bags on this. So, all right, we found those. Now we can regroup. It's about time for Mommy to get off work. You're gonna go ahead and close that up? No, we're not bringing any out.
I got the other one out.
No, just go ahead and close that up. Well, I got the other one out so I could get in there because my big butt wouldn't fit. Okay. You gonna get that put in there?
That?
Yeah, put it on the seat.
I thought we were gonna work on it.
No. We're waiting on Mommy to call so that we can go get something to eat real quick, and then figure out what we're doing tonight, and then me and you will be working on this tomorrow, like first thing in the morning, and then we'll stop. But yeah,
Get ready for my game.
this is why I order from Jason, Thorbros.com. It's because I order stuff and bam, it comes. This is another thing he does free of charge for everybody. If you have a big show, you send him a case of these, and every time he does a delivery, he'll include the flyers in the packaging. I really want to go to this next year. Me and my wife are talking about going to that. So if you guys are over there on the East Coast, that's probably where we may end up seeing you. We're going to try to do that. Relaxing and Last Resort. So anyway, I didn't order a whole lot of fittings, but I ordered enough. What? No paper? Jason, you're slacking. You're supposed to put a bunch of paper in these. when you ship them out. Alright, there's that. Let's see. I got one for each bag. And then I've got the quarter to quarter, 2 quarter to quarters, and 2 1/4-inch tees. And I'll show you how I'm going to use those tomorrow. I also want to say thank you to Adam up in Iowa. He saw that I had lost a cup, and he got a hold of me and said, "Hey man, you want some cups?" And I said, "Sure. If I don't really need it, but if you want to send them to me, I'm not going to kick a gift in the mouth, you know." And these are pretty freaking awesome. Look at that. These are pretty cups. That's a nice cup with the freaking stopper up here and everything. Can I make it work? No. Probably works better with liquid in it. But yeah, a little foam bottom. That way it doesn't make a loud sound when you put it down and it doesn't slide. Hell yeah. Thank you, Adam. Crap, I missed one. It was still stuck in the freaking packaging. Lone Star Throwdown 2020. That's when that one's happening. Y'all make notes of these. Figure out which ones you want to go to. Get him, 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 get him. There you go.
Hey, the kids go hunting. Those things sit in a well all year long. Nobody uses them but 10 times a year. Yeah, we bought our little. Look, watch the girls. They're dancing.
Come on. All right. Well, we didn't win. This little girl's pooped. She ain't feeling too good. But we're here. We're going to catch some lunch with Gina. She's about to be here right now. We're going to run inside and have something to eat, and then we'll get back out to the house and start working on the mini truck. There she is. There's you. Oh, like a bummy nurse. Mwah.
Why do I look like a bum?
I don't know. Let's get out of the way of people. We're going here and eat. No, I'm not being sponsored by them either. This is where we want to eat. All right. Just for being able to get it up and off the ground with a compressor, mounted the bags. I've got that's a 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch elbow, and that way the line can be run straight across to the other one. Part way wherever I want it, I put a T-fitting, 1/4 inch T-fitting, and that runs up here to a 1/4 by threaded 1/4 to this little ball valve. And then I've got the quick connect right there, so I can attach the air line to it, open it up, air it up to where I want it, shut it off, and then pop the quick connect back off. And that's how I'll air up. And if you guys are wondering, yes, I went ahead and painted the drum. That way it matches up better, because you'll be able to see them through the rim. So now I'm going to mount the rims and see if we can get this rear end aired up off the ground on its own without having to use blocks and crap. There it is. I got the wheels on there. I got the airline from the shop coming out here. I've got that closed with the airline hooked up to it. See if I can get a good shot of this. I'm gonna try to bring this over here, angle it just right. There we go. Now all I gotta do is open up that valve. And I'll sit over here. I don't know if you can hear me, but all you do is open it. And that's about all the lift I'm gonna get, which is more than plenty. It's gonna set it up real high, but that doesn't, the shocks aren't gonna max out. Then all you do, pop that off. Now you can ride around. Well, I'll take the right one off. I've got that adapter to go from the big fitting to the smaller fitting. So there's that. I'm gonna actually zip tie this in place so that it sits right here. I can get to it easier, but all you do is release the valve, open it, and it'll dump the air out and lay it all the way down. That's it. That would be on the ground, but the front is still up on a block right now, so it's not gonna look crazy. Now, don't make the mistake of leaving this valve open and connect your air, because it's gonna pop right up. So you want to make sure you close off that valve. Go ahead and put your fitting on. See? That comes up still really, really, really high. There it is. That's nice and solid. Close that. There you go. Shut it off. Oh, okay. So the rear is basically done. I'm glad that that's over with, and that bag's pancake out real nice. All that's going to set up, zip tie that, and all I got to do is mess with the front end. I'm going to see how much of that I actually have to do. So that we can get that to come up off the ground. And yeah, that's next. All right, I got the bags on the front. Got it sitting kind of where it would sit if I was rolling. So I think if I went down a little farther than that, it's going to camber in pretty good. This one's not quite cambered, but it's sitting nice. I like the way that sits. I haven't checked to see how high off the ground it is, but the rear end is set up just right. Now all we got to do is zip tie a lot of the wiring up, the emergency brake cable, get it zip tied up. We'll have to get the tank in here and get that done after we mount the bed on there. Put the bed on there, put the gas tank in there. Get that wired up. Once we get that wired up, we can go ahead and set up the battery, and then just go ahead and get it started. It'll take a little bit to get it started because it hasn't had gas in the lines in a while. But once it primes, it'll start right up. But hell yeah! All right. Well, what I'm looking at here is I'm trying to figure out exactly how much space I need for the spacer. So I need to measure from the inside lip here, wherever that is, over to the hub where it connects. And right now it's going all the way up against everything in there. It's going up against the leaf spring, so it can't go in any further. So what I'll do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go like that, and it looks like 2 inches ought to push me out a ½ an inch, a little over ½ an inch farther out from where it is now, which that wouldn't be bad. 3 inches I think would end up being a little weird. Well, I don't know. 3 inches would only kick it out that far. I mean, literally only about an 1.5 inches out, and that would leave quite a bit of space. So probably just the 2-inch spacer is going to work. I think that'd be too far out the way that sits. I don't like the way that would be too far out. I know that's the look that a lot of people are going for. That one already sticks out a little ways in the front. I think the front I'm going to get to either be that far or in another inch if possible. We're going to test fit the front one next. So yeah, that's what we're going to look at. 2 inches on the back. I know these rims look really nasty, but they're going to get sanded down and repainted. So please bear with me on that. I can sand these down to make that look a little nice again, but we'll just see how that goes. All of these old tires are not holding air, so the tires are not going to sparks. So yeah, it'll just be the old standby tires that were on it already, and I'm going to test fit the front one, see where I'm at. Well, the 4x100 millimeter fits the golf cart, which is 4x100. So that works perfect. So pretty much like Honda wheels and whatnot will go on there. I can't get the center cap on because of that center hub. So that's going to require another 2-inch spacer. But the front hub sits out about 1 inch farther than the rear hub. So that means if I do 2 inches in the front to balance it out, I have to do 3 inches in the back in order for the wheels to look the same, which means they're going to sit out a little ways. Which, like I said, I'm not too excited about that. But that's the only way that it's going to work in order for those hubs. If I didn't have this offset, I wouldn't be able to put the spacers on them enough to be able to get the center caps on. So if it was another rim that didn't have this offset, which I think this offset is probably around plus 35, or was it? No, negative 35 or negative 40, somewhere right around there. So yeah, no, it's these rims will have to work if I get any other rims, but those tires are too old, so I have to buy new tires. And Tank already told me that if those tires don't work out, just let them know. They don't squish down very bad. So, I mean, you know, they literally would roll, but you get too much pressure on them and then start trying to drive around, and they're going to end up losing their bead and kind of moving around and whatnot. So I got to save up. It's going to be a little while, maybe next year. But get those tires off of there, get some fresh tires on there. And they're really not much different in size than the tires and rims that are on it now. I think they're actually a little bit shorter. Imagine that. Oh, that's all we're going to do today. That's all we're going to do this weekend. Got what we needed to do accomplished. Next weekend, like I said, is the bed and the gas tank. And we should be able to start it right up. She's beat. I'm beat. Had a whole weekend. So now I got to get cleaned up. We got to figure out what we're going to eat or what we're going to make to eat. Probably go get a pound of ground meat and make some hamburger helper or something, huh? Yeah? Okay. That's what we're going to do. Talk to you guys on the next video. Like, subscribe, comment at the bottom, and yeah, go build your truck. Don't let nothing stop you. I know I don't let nothing stop me.